Hey, planner friends. Welcome to a little, Christmas memory keeping chat with me. Today I'm using the memory keeper from Lights Planner Actions. And if you had seen my post on Instagram or on the community tab here on YouTube, I posted about if you had any questions, and I would answer them while I was filming my memory keeping. So here we go. We're going to start with the Christmas movies. I've already filled some out. Excuse me. So we have Elf, Susie Snowflake. First of all, I should say Susie Snowflake and Hard Rock Cocoa and Joe are not like movies. They are shorts that I've grown up with and were before my time even. My parents introduced us. And if you lived in the Chicagoland area, then you probably saw Susie Snowflake, Hard Rock Cocoa and Joe, and Frosty the Snowman. They're like claymation, stop motion, wonderful fun. So search them on YouTube if you've never seen them. Like nostalgia. Christmas Vacation, a classic, but it's one that I didn't really like until I was older, which makes sense. A Christmas Story, again, the area I live in, that is definitely I think I want to use the confetti crayons. That is definitely a must. So as I continue to talk about things, these are called confetti crayons, and they have like different little pieces of color that come through. So like this one's called New Year's Eve. So we may use that. They're a little weird to color with. I will not lie, but I got them from Dollar Tree. So that's always awesome. Snowed-In Christmas is one of my favorite Lifetime movies, and I think it's because it takes place in Santa Claus, Indiana. And then, ooh, that one's actually really fun though. I'll have to remember this one. I like how you're getting like pink and blue and all that texture. The Santa Claus, I have not watched that one this season yet. I need to. I've been watching the second season of the Santa Clauses, but I haven't watched the movie. Garfield Christmas, need to watch that, and Charlie Brown. I own both of those on DVD. So yeah, those are my current like favorite movies. I will say I usually am a Hallmark movie person. I have been the last few years. This year, not so much. Part of me just wants to color. We're going to do it. We're just going to color over the whole thing. And then we might come back and add something with the fa la las. But let's color over the whole thing. So one of the questions that I got was, how long have I memory planned? And to be honest, friends, this is really like the first big memory plan. And really it's more journaling. This is more of memory journaling. I'm not so much putting like pictures in here. I'll put my Christmas card and maybe a few other things, but not so much see, can I use the Tombow in here? Not so much the photos on this one. I was a scrapbooker. I have a really fun college scrapbook and also a really fun scrapbook of my trip to China that I did with an orchestra I was with back in 2010, which sounds like forever ago. Sounds like forever ago. To my students, it would be forever ago. In fact, most of them would say, I wasn't even born yet. I'm an elementary music teacher, so I get that a lot. I always joke with them. I always tell them I'm old. And they say, no, you're not. You're like 16. I'm like, there we go. So I know my friend Gail, who's the planning girl here on YouTube and Instagram, she wants to see my China memory keeping. She wants a whole video about it. So maybe we'll do that sometime. I'll fit that into my, lineup of videos. I do consider all of my catch-all planners to be memory keeping. Just because when I go back, every time I think, okay, I can get rid of this planner or that planner. I can't because I look through and I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember this. Oh, I remember that. And then Tracy from A Girl with Plans here on YouTube and Instagram. She asked about like how long I've been a decorative planner. That's a little bit easier to answer. Since 2017. Now, I didn't have a YouTube channel back then, but 2017 was when I first got a happy planner because I needed a new planner. And that's when I got into like sticker decorative planning. Before that, I did a year of bullet journal decorative planning, and I did a lot of drawing and coloring. And really, I will say 2015 through most of 2016, I just used a composition notebook and bullet journaled in there. I plan on actually doing a video series about that as well, because there's times where, you know, you may not know where to start, and that's how I got started in really meticulous planning. Because I was the kid in high school who wanted the cute planners, but I never used them. I just did not do it. That's really cute. I don't know if I'm going to color. I mean, I guess I could do ice blue. Actually, let's flip it to the brush side because that'll make this a little bit easier. And I don't have the green up here or the red, so I'll bring that later. So yeah, Christmas movies. So I'm going to be doing a series on that. This is what I've been kind of doing every night. And I didn't do every day, but I have like a little like, you know, little bits of information there, and I'll keep coloring on that. All right, we're back. So I actually filmed this video once already. I actually did. And then I realized there were some things that, I really wanted to edit out, and I couldn't, because they had different names on it. And so I was like, we'll just come back and talk about it. So the librarian at my school does this periodically throughout the year. Sometimes she does it at Christmas, sometimes she does it in the spring, but where she has the kids write notes to all of the staff members, like not just the teachers, like the secretary, the nurse, the principal, anyone they want to. And then she delivers them. This year she delivered them under the guise of her librarian elf on the shelf, who said all of the teachers got coal this year. We were all on the naughty list. But so we all had these little baggies of paper Christmas light bulbs with either memories or thank yous or things like that. This one I actually posted on Facebook because my voice is so beautiful I should replace Taylor Swift. What? I was cracking up on that one. I thought that one was really funny. And it was just really great. You know, during this time of year, I'm sure those of you who are teachers or in education in some way, shape, or form, you feel the stress. You feel the stress. And sometimes you forget that, you know, these kiddos really do love what you're doing. Now, there's nothing to hide on this one, but I figured we'll just keep the theme going there. All right, let's add a party playlist. So I'm going to write the students' favorite. The dogs are here. Favorite Christmas songs that we sing. I always get requests for Jingle Bell Rock. I always tell the kids too, there's certain songs I'll be like, you know, guys, you know how you love to tell me what songs you don't like that we do? Because especially the older kids love to have an opinion, and that's fine. They are working on expressing how they feel. And so occasionally I'll be like, hey guys, you want to know a song I don't like? Jingle Bell Rock. And they're like, what? Hey guys, you know what song I don't have to hear for a while? Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. And it's not that I don't like them. I forgot how long this title was. But, you know, as a music teacher, I sing a lot of, especially during the month of December, I sing a lot of the same songs with every class. I have 21 classes. No? Let's think. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I have 27 classes. They want to hear Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. And for them, it is the first go around, and they're just excited to sing it. For me, it's the 27th time that week. So there is a lot of that. They all want to sing You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. And really, even though I post, like I have the lyric video up, my 4th and 5th graders are really the only ones who sing it. They just want to hear it. What's another one that they always request? Oh, I will put my favorite on here, and now it's become like a tradition, and it's Santa Bring Me a Dinosaur. Way better than I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, but I do like that one too. Santa Bring Me a Dinosaur. One year we're doing it for a program. I'm just saying. It's my favorite one to sing with the kids. And then what's... Oh, Rudolph. Rudolph is over Holly Jolly. I'm going to write for the and I quote I had kids, because I play for the students during their lunches on my last day at either building. And I play my cello and I play Christmas carols for the staff and the students. And I had one yesterday who asked, "Can I have your autograph?" They also asked me about my tip jar, and I'm like, what is happening? No. But apparently they need my autograph because I need to replace Taylor Swift. Kids are great. So that's always fun. All right, I got to think back about some of these questions. Oh, speaking of students and coworkers, Tracy was asking if my coworkers or students know I have a YouTube channel. Yes and no. Some do and some don't. I don't think I'm going to color this one so much. Let's put the purple at the bottom, though, since we have the red and green on the top over there. I have occasionally had some find me, and that's why it's so important to me to just keep things pretty chill. Those 2 pages I'm not going to show you because I've been doing some personal memory keeping on that one. All right, we're back. Just had to cover up some things there. Where was I? Oh, students and coworkers knowing about my YouTube channel. Yeah, and I don't mind sharing. I feel like content creation has come such a long way, where it used to be when a kid would say to us, "I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up," I'd be like, that's not a real job. Sorry, that was my first response. And then I realized, though, as I got into planning and watching other content creators in a variety of places, that it really is. It can be a full-time job. And so now, instead of saying, oh, it's not a full-time job, we talk more about like the aspects, because still a lot of them think, oh, it's just sitting down and playing video games. I mean, let's be honest. But a lot of times we'll talk about, like, when we're using the microphone for concerts, I'll talk about how, you know how you see your YouTubers use microphones, or Twitch streamers. And they're all like, what? How do you know about that? Because clearly I'm old and can't enjoy video games or anything like that. Simple joys to remember. Gingerbread house competition. We did by grade levels and teams. The specials team got 3rd place. Super proud of us. This goes along with Gail's question of what traditions have my husband and I started. It's funny because very few. We did try a couple things to like make it our own. Like we were like, oh, we'll just do stockings for each other for Christmas. And that just didn't last very long. But one thing we do when we're either opening presents or just chilling, is we put on a very happy Yule log. So I'm going to write that down. And that was originally like one of our first years we were married. We put it on, like we found it on TV because it was on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. And it's rescue dog and rescue cat. And sometimes there's puppies and kitties and all that. And they're in front of a Yule log. They play Christmas songs and it's just 3 hours of delight. I'm just saying. A lot of times, sometimes we're not even opening presents. Sometimes we're just chilling and talking and having our coffee, and it's fabulous. And it's calming. It's so calming that I used it in my classroom this year. Very happy Yule log. That's one of those simple memories. I also got asked to show you my planting space, and right now the answer is no, because it's a hot mess. Many of you who've been on this channel before know that my parents lived with us for a while, but before that, our upstairs was 2 bedrooms and a bonus room. And one bedroom was my husband's office, and the other bedroom was kind of my office. It had my instruments, it had my pink zebra stuff, it had my planter space. So when my parents moved in with us, that area became our bedroom. And because we have a master downstairs. So when we bought this house, we were like, oh, this would be perfect. That way, whoever parent needs, whether it's, they had surgery and they need to live with someone, there's a downstairs bathroom, bedroom. They don't have to worry about anything. So we moved upstairs and we moved into my office space, and my office moved into my husband's office with all of his stuff. So that was pretty funny. So what I will try and film for you all is I will try and film me reorganizing, since my parents have now just this past October moved out and into their own place again, like a senior living apartment. Maybe I'll film reorganizing that space and how I want to set it up. I think that would be a good thing. Favorite holiday memory? That one is a tricky question. I have a lot of favorite holiday. I mean, the concerts are always great. Man, that's a tricky one. That is a tricky question. I like a lot of things. Speaking of concerts, I did this page in the last part that I filmed that I had to refilm. These are the concert songs that I did this year. This was for so the way I do concerts for my own sanity is 1st, 3rd, and 5th do concerts in the winter. K, 2, and 4 do concerts in the spring. The previous music teacher did everybody at Christmas time, and it ended up being like 6 shows in 3 to 4 days. And I did it for, I think, 2, maybe 3 years. And every year I would go home so sick, whether it was a migraine. Like, I don't know how I drove home. I'll be quite honest. And I finally said, can we change this? Like, are we open to looking at a new idea? And this has been great because this is more of my performance, and then my springtime shows are more of an informant, where we kind of show the parents, hey, this is what we do in music class. It's just a nice setup. Look how you dodged the holiday memory question. I didn't dodge it. I think playing my cello, there's pros and cons to this memory. There was one time where my mom had to work Christmas Day. She worked retail and she worked for Walgreens. And so I went to her store and I played my cello. She didn't know I was coming. And I played my cello for them because the holidays are always rough for my mom because of working retail. That's one of the reasons. And you just see so much greed. And I don't necessarily mean from the customers, just in general, like corporate and other workers, and it got to her real bad, which is probably where it got me to be quite honest. I always loved doing, like, when I was a kid, doing the Christmas Eve service. I mean, to this day, I have the entire King James version of, you know, the Christmas story memorized. And then as I became a Sunday school teacher, and there were kids who, it just felt like they weren't taking it as seriously. Party fish. It's called party fish. I started just feeling down about December in general, because as a musician, it does become a lot of performance. And that's why I typically don't go to Christmas Eve service anymore. I'll watch it live streamed from my church. It's great. It lets me do it in the comfort of my own home. And if it becomes too much for me, I can step away without feeling weird about it. 'Cause most of it is just like, I can't turn off my music education brain to a certain extent. And that's a problem, because the whole point is, you know, to hear the word of God. And that's what I go there for. So now I just go on Christmas Day, because there's less of that performance feel to it. So, and there's some people, I mean, I know, like, they're like, I can't believe you'd feel that way about a Christmas Eve service. Well, you know, you do it long enough and you deal with sometimes kids who have attitudes, because it doesn't matter if it's a public school or a church function or whatever, you know, kids just do. People do. It's just nature. So that part's always really hard. So that's not a favorite holiday memory there. But I will say, when I was a kid, I always liked, we would do Christmas Eve service, and then we would do, what's it called? We would go to my dad's side of the family, and after my dad's side of the family, we'd go home, and then the next day we would go, most of the time we would go to Christmas Day service when I was a kid, because at that time, Walgreens was pretty good about, like, the store, not the corporate, but the store, about, like, if you were a parent of little ones, they tried to make sure you had Christmas Day off. Everyone works Christmas Eve. I don't know if anybody knows that. I used to work for Walgreens too. Everybody has to do some amount of shift on Christmas Eve. One year I worked was it 6 to midnight? Because I was at a 24-hour store. I think I worked 6 to midnight. It was the quickest shift ever. Anyway, but when I was a kid, Mom didn't have to work. I'm setting this part up. I won't actually write the recipe yet. But the day of Christmas, we would do our, like, immediate family Christmas, and then we'd go over to my mom's side of the family. And I did love that. Hash brown casserole with sausage. Okay, this was a happy accident, this recipe, because we do a staff Christmas breakfast, and I asked my husband to go grocery shopping this week because things were crazy, and he got hash brown patties because they didn't have the, like, shredded hash browns, because I was originally going to do a crock pot hash brown casserole, and I was like, oh no, I can't use those, and he was like, oh no, that's all they had. So I said, well, before we try and go back out to see if we can find shredded hash browns, let me see if I can find a recipe that uses the hash brown patties. And sure enough, I did. And it was amazing. I'm going to make it for us for Christmas Day, and it's going to be great. I hope you liked this video. I'm going to try and do another chat with me. I don't know if it'll be with this memory keeper or just in general, but we'll see how it goes. And give it a thumbs up if you like to, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.